Let me start off by saying that personally, I have registered my concern that illegal mining is like, for us, the drug war in Mexico.
True.
And the earlier we come to that understanding that there will always be some illegal mining in this country is very important. And then we also need to grasp the fact that the quantum of the activity has certainly increased beyond our imagination. And I say this with experience of what's happening right by the wall of my father's house in Eastern Region and other people's homes.
Which of the towns?
This is Abomusu. Okay. And in fact, is troubling.
I go for those Manders hometown.
You're right. You're right. It's very troubling.
And they're mining behind your father's wall.
Right behind. I mean, I have images, and when you are videoing and you're not careful, if you're not careful, you may be assaulted. And it's troubling. Now, my biggest thing, I really think that yesterday I wasn't captured very well, but let me state this. First of all, the gold bond, fantastic idea. They've made huge amounts of monies, which they've flaunted, they've told everybody. Why must I pay for the water treatment as a Ghanaian? I mean, why must I bear that burden? I really think that right off the bat, the revenues from gold that has been flaunted everywhere should be used, a portion of that should be used to work on all the water facilities in this country. I'm talking about the Takrady, I'm talking about Konyako, I'm talking about Koforidua, I'm talking about Bawe and others. I really think that the true beneficiary of the damages to all of our water bodies are the gold and mining industry. So the idea that Ghana Water Company wishes to increase tariffs that I and you have nothing to do with in terms of the damage of our water, I think is very wrongfully placed.
But why should the gold board be the one paying?
Who's benefiting from the? I mean, as it stands now, all the gold, whether illegal or legal, goes to who? Gold board. And as a matter of fact, I think that they should be made to pay for all the water damages in this country. I mean, that is my opinion, because by and large, in Europe, even egg, you can trace the egg to the manufacturer. I mean, the coop that the egg came from.
Right.
But, oh yes, trust me, when they label and there's an issue with a particular farm, they can trace the distribution straight to their shop.
Tracing.
Yes.
There's a traceability clause in the Gold Board Act.
So and you and I know that if I should call on Sami Jemfi today and tell him that yesterday the golds that you people bought, which mining company or which forest did they come from? Trust me, he will be doing enna. So my key point here is that since we cannot be certain that this Gangantuan increment in the gold that he is trading is from either 10% illegal mining, 20% illegal mining, or 30%. As far as we all know, what has been told publicly is that they've gotten a lot of revenue. And me, an ordinary citizen, I'm asking myself that when this activity is damaging our water bodies, why should you then come to me to pay for those? So my key point, we seriously need to consider a portion of all of this gold revenue going to treat the water that you and I drink. Now, invariably, I also think that it is not necessarily the state of emergency. Let's go after those financing Galamsey. I mean, that doesn't need a state of emergency. I mean, I'm wondering, the way they are sophisticated, me sitting in my small corner know that if I trace the kingpin in a local environment, I can match him straight to the house he comes to in Accra. It's very, you don't need a lot of CID training. If they truly want to do it, they can match. And even there are about 10 campaigns in this country. I'll be surprised if the BNI supposedly doesn't know them. I mean, let me state that, for instance, admittedly, our own chairman, Wontumi, is known for one or two reasons and is being investigated. Are we telling all Ghanaians that he's the only person? That is not the case.
Yeah.
And, to borrow from Dr. Frimpong Boateng's report, there were actors in both parties. If the NDC wants to be holier than thou, they need to do the same thing with their actors. And what is troubling, Larry? Over the past 8 months, and listen, I must admit, our party, my government, was not 100% on the gold illegal mining problem. But unfortunately, the past 8 months, I would want to use the word reckless, but there's been reckless damage to our environment in the interest of having, money and showing that the gold is in huge amounts, and we are making many reserves from whether illegal or legal mining. So we have a major problem, and we are choosing monies over good environment. And mind you, the health of a nation is very important. That's why yesterday I said that all health institutions in this country need to be waging a very serious war with government, in the sense that they are the officers of our health of this nation. They are the guardians of health of this nation. And for that matter, since somehow government is not appreciating the challenges, maybe a suit in court will trigger the mind of governance or institutions that need to sit up. A
suit against government?
The American way that has changed government many times have been lawsuits. And people say that, Americans like lawsuits. But let me be very clear with you that enough of the talking. Some things, some actions, some fines need to be done. And that might be the only way that, yes, if I just said in Swahili. So maybe well-meaning minds have to sit around at the table, provide some funds for very good lawyers to, as it is, make a case against government, so that government then, becomes fully aware. And I always say that, listen, we need judges who appreciate the environment and the fact that those damaging the environment are killing us. I mean, listen, Kontomire, Intos, and many other things have been proven.
Yeah.
Cassava, yam, proven to have chemicals. And listen,
Lead.
Biological warfare drove Bush to Iraq. So this is...
Allegedly.
Well, you could say that, but clearly, this use of cyanide and all these chemicals on us as Ghanaian, I think borders on, bioterrorism to that extent, because this is cancer causing, and these activities are creating a health burden on this country, and we should not discount it. I have stated here largely that our water bodies, we need to strengthen EPA so that it has muscle. Speaking of lawsuits, it's literally the EPA that's supposed to be taking some of these companies to court. Yes. But I know what their cry is. When they get to court, the kind of financial muscle they need to bully, quote unquote, the mining companies, they don't have it. Because, I mean, listen, the mining guy will pay the biggest lawyer, and when lawyers are paid well, they can influence the jury. I mean, these are, very straightforward things. And what I mean by influence the jury, I mean, there are so many ways of, as it is, they say killing a cat, and when you have them paying huge amounts for high-profile lawyers, when EPA goes with, lawyers without clout, they lose.
Very well.
So I think that that what needs to be done. One, the illegal activity is not superior to the legal activities.
Right.
And for that reason, I think that those doing legal mining should not be punished for those characters that are doing illegal activity. So doing a state of emergency, for me, personally, I'm wondering, I remember that Nana Adomako Akufo-Addo, attempted and stopped mining, and that is when we even had, per the record, the highest amount of the boom of gold. So look, borrowing from what Nana Adomako Akufo-Addo did, where he literally stopped,
Placed a ban on small-scale mining.
put a ban. When the ban came is when even we got more gold. And this one, which begs the question that putting that label that we're in a state of emergency, for all you know, that is when it's even going to be more produced.
Very well.
But the key thing is that the quote-unquote people who we know, because people know them,
But you
instead
don't.
of going after these boys and girls just, clearing their throat about governance and their disappointment with a government that promised heaven and now we're still on earth. Going after a social media person who's ranting does not inure to the benefit of this country than going after a campaign of illegal mining. And
destroying our environment.
I would hope that
Beryl.
those people in that is the NIB room,
Yeah.
they should turn their focus to what is killing Ghanaians. One illegal miner is now killing about, almost several thousands of Ghanaians because they are destroying our water.
Very well.
Turbidity and all of these things have increased within the past 8 months.
Right.
Very unfortunate.
Right.
On the watch of the NDC.